This is problem 2-71, the calculator check. You're supposed to use your scientific calculator to compute the value of each expression, that's this, in the left-hand column, and match each result to an answer in the right-hand column. Oh, let me get rid of this. So in the right-hand column, which is right here, these things. Okay, so what we're going to do first is we're going to calculate all the answers to these, and we'll use a scientific calculator. So I'm going to use the one on my phone, but I should also tell you there's one available here. So if you click on calculators, oops, let's get calculators. If you click on this, you can get the Desmos scientific calculator. It works a little differently than the one I'm going to show you, but it's pretty much the same thing. Okay, so back to our piece of paper here, and we're going to work on all these problems. So let's start out with 2-71 up here, and then A. And the first problem, we're just going to copy down. It's -3 plus 16 minus a -5. So -3 plus 16 minus a -5. So we will use the calculator when it makes sense to use it. I'm not going to use it for something this easy. So -3, so remember with PEMDAS, or order of operations, as it is more properly called, you start out with parentheses, then go to exponents, then multiplication and division, and then addition and subtraction. So because of this, the parentheses, we're going to get rid of the parentheses first. So by now you know that you can just flip the inside of this to make this a +5. But then we've still got 16 and -3 over here. So -3 plus 16 is 13. 13 plus 5 is equal to 18. So we're done with A. B is 3 minus 5 in parentheses, and then 6 plus 2 in parentheses. So we're going to take care of what's in the parentheses first. 3 minus 5 is a -2, and then 6 plus 2 is 8. And because these are side by side with no operator, that means the operator is multiplication. So a negative times a positive is a negative. And so 2 times 8 is 16, but it will be a -16. Okay, C is 17 times -23 plus 2. All right, now we can use our calculator. So the scientific calculator, you would get to it by taking your phone and then turning it sideways. Okay, so 17 times, and then we're going to use this little button right here, because this button will change a number from a positive to a negative, or a negative to a positive. So I'm going to put in the 23, and then I'm going to change it to being a -23. And so now I'll just say, well, what does that equal? Well, it equals a -391. And then it's plus 2, and that is going to be equal to a -389. All right, D. D is 5 minus, and then parentheses, 3 minus 17, and then more parentheses, -2 plus 25. All right, so let's take care of the parentheses first. 3 minus 17 is going to be -12, or sorry, -14. And then -2 and 25 will be a +23. And then we still got this 5 minus in front of it. Okay, so according to order of operations, the next thing would be multiplication and division before addition and subtraction. So let's go ahead and multiply negative 14, so we put the 14 in and make it a negative, times 23, and that's equal to negative 322. And I'm putting that in parentheses because it's negative, and we have this negative sign here, this 5 minus. And so now we know that we can flip this to being a plus 322 with 5 in front. And so really, this is 327. Okay, E. All right, so with E, it's a negative 4 in parentheses, a negative 2.25 in parentheses, and a negative 10 in parentheses. So using our calculator, we can just multiply all of those together. So I'll put the 4 in and make it negative, times the 2.25, make that negative, times the 10, which is also negative. So that is equal to negative 90. All right, on to F. So F is negative 1.5, and then minus 2.25, and minus a negative 4.5. Okay, again, we know we need to flip this negative sign in front of these parentheses. So this is going to be plus 4.5. But we still got negative 2.25 and negative 1.5. But these are being subtracted and added. So here we go with the calculator. So I'll clear it first. I've got 1.5, which I'll make negative, minus 2.25. So because I minused it, I'm going to put that in as a positive, 2.25, plus the 4.5, 4.5. And that is equal to 0.75. All right, G is our next one, and that is 4 minus 5 over 2. So when you have something like this, where it's a fraction, you treat the top part as if they were in parentheses. So we're going to take care of the top part first. So 4 minus 5 is negative 1. Oh, I forgot something when I wrote this down. This is supposed to be a negative 2. So the bottom says negative 2. All right, so we've taken care of the top. 4 minus 5 is negative 1. And then below, we still have the negative 2. Now, a negative divided by a negative is a positive. And so because of that, we can just take away those two negative signs and just put 1/2, or that's also equal to 0.5. Okay, so let us see if we can match these up with the answers that we have over here on the left. Okay, so it's a little hard to see this. Maybe I can squelch this up. Yeah, that helps. Okay, so I'll move this over now. And let's see if we can match up the numbers. So 1 is negative 16, so that looks like it matches up with B. So I'm going to do this in red so it'll be easier to see. And 2 is 327, which it looks like that matches up with D. And then 3 is 0.5, and that looks like it matches up with G. So we'll make that 3. And then 4 is 18, and that matches up with A. And then 5 is negative 90, and that matches up with E. And then F is 0.75, and that matches up with F here. So that's 6. And then 7 is negative 389. So that's our last one right here, 7. All right, and that is it.